Hey everyone, I want to talk about the power of starting now. And I want to talk about something that is often ignored, even looked at as incredibly boring. And I want to talk about retirement. Yay, woohoo, let's all talk about retirement. But no, this stuff is really important. So before you start daydreaming and tuning me out, because no one likes to hear about retirement, just hear me out, all right? Now, what you do right now in your 20s is going to dictate the kind of life you live. And who doesn't want to live a good life? The reality is simple. Students and young adults shouldn't wait until they're in their 40s to start worrying about their financial future. You should start now. And I'm going to show you kind of a little example of why you might want to do that. So, this is the story of Jim and Ted. Ted decides, I'm going to get serious about my financials early. And he starts investing when he's just 20 years old. And he puts away, $300 a month. That's what he can afford to put away. And he puts away $300 a month until he's 65. So he's earning interest for 45 years. And Jim, on the other hand, waits. He's like, investing, that's for old people. I can do that stuff later. So he doesn't start until he's 35. But, he's like, hey, Ted's putting in $300, but he's been doing this for a while, so I need to put in more money. So he's like, I'm going to put in $500 a month. And now let's fast forward, and they're both 65. So Ted, who started early but paid less, ends up with $786,000. That's a good chunk of change right there. And Jim, who paid more but started later, only has $487,000, which, don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of money, but Ted's got more. And here's the real kicker. Here, I'm going to throw these stats up on there so y'all can check them out. But Ted contributed less money overall. He only contributed $168,000 of his own money. And he made about $600,000 just from interest. He didn't do anything for this money. He just got it from investing. And Jim contributed about $180,000, so a little bit more than Ted, because he's putting in $500 a month. But he only made $300,000 in interest. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Jim's putting in more money every month. Why doesn't he have more money in the end? This is because of compounding interest. Because Ted's money has been compounding longer, he gets more money from the interest. And this just proves that time is your greatest financial asset. And now, the reality of waiting is that you might end up living paycheck to paycheck just because you don't have any money when you're ready to retire. And this financial stress puts a heavy burden on your mental state. It can cause anxiety, depression, feeling of hopelessness, and just barely scrapping by every month isn't a life anyone wants to live. Fortunately, there's a way to avoid this trap. And the solution is simple. Just open up an investment account through your bank or use an app like Robinhood, Acorns, or Fidelity. They're really easy. You can set up a system that automatically invests a small amount of money every single week. Now, don't go and dump your savings into the market all at once. This is about consistency, right? So find a good mutual fund that pays about 6 to 8%. And that's compounding interest a year. And this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This is every year disciplined sacrifice. And now you might have to cut back on some small expenses. Maybe you're eating out every week. Maybe cut it down to once a month and use that money that you're not spending to invest. Or, let's say you're paying a lot of money for a new car. Go trade it in, get a used car. Put all that money towards your savings, your investments. And just to give you an idea of a little thing that can add up to a lot of money in the end. So people like coffee. Like the average coffee at Starbucks is $5. Let's say you go to Starbucks 3 times a week. Let's say you only go 2 times a week, and you put that $5 a week towards your savings, and you invest it. So that's about $20 a month. I've also got that right up here. If you invest $20 a month from 20 years old, and then you retire at 65, you will have over $50,000. Like, that's just insane. $5 a week? I mean, that's pretty easy. I think almost everyone can afford to put $5 away every week. But I'm going to kind of wrap this up now. understand that your future is in your hands right now. Time can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. It all depends when you start. And the actual investing is so easy. I mean, it does it for you. Once you set up a recurring investment, you're just going to keep putting that money in. But starting is the hard part. But I mean, once you start, your wealth's going to start to accumulate. And I want you to consider your future self and make good financial decisions today. You control your future. So with that, goodbye everyone.